During the summer of 2023, we moved to a remote Scottish Hebridean island to be its only two residents, along with our 2 pet sheep and pair of cats. These remote islands seem to retain an old-fashioned rhythm and a charm which we find encouraging us to live a more frugal and simple life, the way man was perhaps more intended to. We have an ancient stone cottage to restore, veggies to grow, livestock to build up, fish to catch and smoke, a boat to buy, and much more. Step back in time with us at the Scottish Isle.
Keep him warm, Jeeves. Eh?
At a place called Loch Moidart on our long trip into town, we passed this wee kirk known as St Finnian's. There's a woodland walk here known as the Prince's Walk, named for Bonnie Prince Charlie, who stayed in the nearby but now gone Kinloch Moidart house. Charles stayed there immediately after he landed in Scotland and before he called the Highlanders to arms at Glenfinnan. St Finnian's was completed in 1858 by a former owner of the main estate here and then passed into the hands of the Stuart family by the 1880s. In the memoirs of one John Wild, a former summer chaplain here, he recalls Mr. Stuart always attending the morning services in a full kilt and reading the lesson himself after his taking the Prince's Walk to the kirk. This wee building was at one time the heart of a far-reaching Christian and somewhat scattered community. Despite the distance, locals would walk, ride or boat to services faithfully, and some recall being invited to lunch at the next-door parsonage afterwards before attending evensong at 3 p.m. and returning home in the evening. Now the kirk, although always open to visitors, has services only twice a month. We can't help but reflect on how much is lost to a community like this when the wholesome heart of it is gone, and when those days might once again return to give us a true understanding of what loving your neighbour really means.
We call these brambles.
Yeah.
They're not blackberries.
They're brambles.
They're brambles.
Perfect. Oh, that one wasn't quite so right.
Are you just going to eat all of them? Or are you going to leave some for me?
Pick your own.
The sky changes all the time on this island, but sometimes when you catch the light just right, I swear it looks like some pre-Raphaelite painting. Just incredible light. I also came across these standing stones, literally meaning that they're stones that are standing. I don't believe that they're any kind of dolmen, but they have got that feel, that look. And I believe the reason that they've become erected like this is either because of the tree that's behind it that's fallen and pushed them upwards, but I'm more inclined to believe that it's an old boundary wall, because the wall that's on top of the island that runs down, which I showed in a previous vlog, has very similar stones that have been placed upright in this position. So I believe that's part of some very old boundary wall here. But they look cool because they look like gravestones.
You may have noticed Scott's pretty good at the comedy timing when it comes to the edits, and our friends in America sent us the following clip in a show of solidarity.
I've been watching your videos, I must say. I've learned a lot.
Hello, you two. Mid-morning snack. 11's. Brunch. You name it, they have them all. We've had so much rainfall over the past week. It literally hasn't stopped raining every day. That we're having streams form as the water cascades down the hill back towards the sea. That is one mighty tree.
What is it, a fir? A Douglas fir? Or is it a type of...
Well, I'm not good at my trees, obviously. I know oak and I know pine, and then I get my pine wrong with my cedar.
Massive.
It's huge.